Hola a todos, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de GreedFall. Mi nombre es Hatox. Y bueno, en el último vídeo, a ver qué hicimos. Ah, sí, hicimos lo del el detective. Lo del científico este, que es un poco su puta madre, ¿vale? Y demás. Y ya está, ahora qué tenemos que hacer. Lo del juicio, es verdad, el juicio. No sé dónde es. ¡Ay! Bah. Perdón si me notas hablar un poco raro, ¿vale? Pero he tenido problemas con la encías, ¿vale? Porque me sacaron 2 muelas el otro día, ¿vale? Y se me ha complicado un poquillo la cosa. Y la verdad es que hoy me he levantado con bastante dolor de boca. Y no tenía ni pensado grabar, pero he dicho, bueno, vamos a intentarlo, ¿vale? Así si no, no me quedo sin vídeo. Un domingo. Bueno, que esto es para. Esto lo estoy grabando el sábado por la noche, pero bueno. Vamos a intentar que no sea muy largo esto. ¿Vale? Me he pasado, ¿no? Sí, me he pasado. Que la verdad es que los vídeos de este juego no me suelen salir muy largos, ¿eh? Normalmente... Perdón. Hago una misión así, pueden ser 30 y tantos. Por Dios. 30 y tantos minutos, 40.
To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Desarde. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. Governor Burren told me to pay you a visit.
Oh, it is you who arrested Dr. Asili and must help me prepare the trial.
Exactly.
Excellent. We will have lots to do if we want the doctor to pay for his crimes. The accused has a lot of support. Any evidence and testimonies you can gather will be useful.
We'll have no problem gathering witnesses. His laboratory cells were full of them.
We will call them to the witness box, of course. But be aware that if the victims are natives, their words will unfortunately not carry much weight here.
There were also some Nauts. Perhaps I can also convince some of the doctor's colleagues to talk.
Their testimony will be crucial. The word of other scholars is likely to be the only thing that condemns him. That plus any material evidence you can gather.
These documents describe Dr. Asili's work, as well as the horrible experiments he was performing.
Perfect. I will read them in detail. We will no doubt find something to support my prosecution.
Do we have any chance of winning?
What you have brought me is a good start, Your Excellency, but it would be better to continue gathering evidence.
I will return to you soon. The Nauts should be at the port, and the islanders had to take refuge in Vigshardir. As for the scientists, they said they would go back to the governor's laboratory. And I should also go back to Asili's laboratory. There may be more evidence there.
Ah, bueno, Afra era una suya.
I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I would like you to tell me about Asili.
I was expecting you to come and see me about this. What would you like to know?
Were you aware of Dr. Asili's experiments?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be his student any longer.
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became more and more cruel. I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects, never as people. But there was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on to that memory.
You do know that you were captured thanks to him.
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid. I regret it terribly.
Do you think, as your master does, that science justifies all sacrifices?
No. I may have believed that at one time, without of course ever imagining that we'd resort to such cruel treatment. But Dunkus, you and Siora have opened my eyes to the limits of science. To worship it as we do in the Alliance does not make us better than Teleme.
In your opinion, were the horrors practiced in this laboratory necessary for his research?
No. even if he was convinced of it. General interest outweighs the suffering of a few individuals. He wanted results quickly, to the point of neglecting slower, more humane methods. I hope we'll succeed in ensuring these experiments never happen again.
Would you be willing to testify against Dr. Asili during his trial?
Of course. I was going to talk to you about that. I want to convince my colleagues that we must give up these kind of methods. And even if it costs me dearly, I want my master to pay for what he did. Anything else?
Nada, ya está.
I must leave you.
Vamos, vale. Ha dicho el puerto, pero aquí hay... Ah, sí, mira, están ahí. Vale. Es que lo digo, esta ciudad la he visitado muy poquito, tío. Y no me la conozco, vamos. De hecho, no sé dónde estoy yendo. Por aquí no es, ¿no? Es más pequeña, que las otras, mucho más, O será por cómo está distribuida, no lo sé, pero vamos. Oye, creo que a los muelles de aquí nunca he venido. A menos que fuera para alguna misión. Paso, por Dios. ¿Pero por qué? Ah, se estaban cargando a...
Once again, thanks to you. These people wanted to kill me.
They certainly wanted to prevent you from testifying at the doctor's trial.
The doctor will be judged. I suppose you'd like me to testify about how we suffered.
Indeed. If you do not fear another attempt on your life by these men.
Don't worry. I won't put up with intimidation. From now on, my people will watch over me until I can testify. And I intend to witness the execution of our torturer. You can count on me.
Thank you. Your word will be crucial during the trial.
Muy bien. Aquí. Muy bien. Estos son los investigadores. Y... es el laboratorio y tengo que ir a... No, a... pues a los supervivientes. Bueno, vamos a ir poco a poco, ¿vale? En esta misión con la tontería puede ser más larga. Todo por hablar. A lo mejor por haberlos detenido, aunque esta no parece muy detenida. Ah, bueno.
I never thought I'd see you here again. Why are you still free?
Dr. Honor made sure that I was set free. He needed my help. What do you want?
What is your purpose here?
I helped Dr. Honor to understand the research of my former master. He's the one who became his successor.
I do hope that he doesn't use the same methods.
Of course not.
What about your other colleagues? What's become of them?
They felt guilty. They stopped their experiments and returned to Al-Sad.
What do the other scholars think of Dr. Asili, now that his actions have been revealed for all to see?
Most still admire him greatly. He was the greatest amongst us, you know? They didn't witness what was happening in the lab, and they have little interest in the natives. For them, the main problem is political, given that the war against the rebels cost us dearly. Until they understand the horrors that happened there, they will not have any moral issues.
Are you prepared to testify against Dr. Asili?
I would like to say no. You had me thrown in prison, and without Dr. Honor's intervention, I would still be there.
Vaya.
But I can't stop thinking about what we did in that laboratory. I think only by testifying will I ease my conscience.
Thank you. Your story could change the outcome of this trial.
Vale.
I must leave you. What she saw working alongside Asili obviously upset her. She will make an excellent witness.
Sí. Ok. Que digo, estaría bien avisarla de que lo mismo vienen a matarla. Pero bueno, a intentar matarla, quiero decir.
Dr. Honor.
¿Dónde?
What
Mi
do you
amigo.
What is your role and what is your research topic?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. My main research concerns the Malachor, of course. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce the suffering of the sick.
What were you looking for?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work, it gives us hope of finding a cure.
So the crimes he committed while conducting his work do not concern you?
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him to have done all this for nothing.
What do you think of Dr. Asili now that you've learned how he conducted his research?
Well, obviously the few excesses he has conceded himself are unfortunate, but he remains the greatest scientist that the Alliance has ever known. His work has had a profound effect on science. It seems quite unfair to me to reduce his life's work just to what he has done lately.
If I understand correctly, you will be one of his defenders.
Naturally. I don't deny that he made a terrible mistake, but he meant well. And he was probably acting on behalf of our helplessness to combat the Malachor.
Would you agree to speak at the trial? Your influence could be crucial.
Oh, but I already intended to give a statement. His lawyer came to find me.
So you were ready to defend a man who used torture and murder to advance his research?
Indeed, because I think the entire work of a scientist should not be judged on a single mistake. It is obvious that he should not have used such methods, but Asili has never been very political. I doubt he understood the implications of his actions.
So you're saying the only problem in this case is political?
Essentially, yes. The war he nearly caused could have been expensive for our governor and the city. But let's not fool ourselves. No tears will be shed over the fate of a few of those bloodthirsty savages.
What interest do you have in defending Dr. Asili? You have obviously taken his place since his arrest. I understand that you admired him a lot, but under his tutelage you could not really impose your own ideas. Well, now you finally have a chance to leave your own mark on history.
You are not wrong, but I find it rather unlikely that he will be sentenced.
I have gathered a lot of damning evidence against him, and with your testimony,
I could finally publish my research on fountain contamination. Very well, you've convinced me. I will now testify for the prosecution. It is true that it's time to turn the page and leave his cruel methods behind.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Honor is an influential scholar. His testimony would convince the judges.
Muy bien. Lo voy a sacar todo, 100%. Vamos, hasta su madre va a testificar en su contra, ya lo digo yo. Esto es el laboratorio. Vamos para aquí. Aunque mucho no me habré dejado porque los informes y eso ya los pillé. Sigue estando en la puerta estos dos. Madre mía, qué profesionales, por Dios. ¡Ah! No tanto. Pues a ver. Entiendo que tengo que ir directamente a la mansión, sí. Vamos a ver. Y ya está. Aquí no había nada. Joder. Eso es arriba, ¿no? Entiendo. Pues ya que estoy aquí. No hay nada, tío. Es lo que digo, a ver si los documentos que pillé en su momento son las pruebas que necesito. ¿Sabéis? A ver, espérate. Llave, mapa, órganos, no. No entiendo, no sé. Es que no sé si me va a contar como que los he pillado o no. Porque aquí no hay nada. Ajá. no sé, ¿eh? ¿Te imaginas? Es que por esa tontería no gano el juicio. Ya me jodería, ¿eh? Pero es que no sé. Yo pillé unos papeles que además lo explicaba todo, no sé qué. Pero no sé. Ahora en el momento lo pensé y digo, ah, bueno, por si tengo que demostrar, ¿no? Claro, no esperaba que hubiera un juicio, sino que simplemente entregabas los papeles y ya. Pero es que ahora de repente no, es que tienes que ir a buscar pruebas. Pero si ya las tengo. ¿Quién es? Vale, por aquí. No. Aquí. Casa del médico.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy.
Claro, me entiendo que convencer al otro era lo más difícil, ¿eh? Convencer al otro de que testificara en contra del doctor. Bueno, en verdad lo más difícil era no matarlo en el momento. Porque ganas había de matarlo. Pero bueno.
Hey! You are the Onolmenawi who freed us. We managed to reach
A la
Vikshardia.
tierra, ¿no?
They told me what you did for them, Renaixen.
Sí.
Well done. I was able to give them the care they needed. Some wounds will take time to heal, but they are
La
safe
tierra, no la
thanks to you.
tierna, joder.
I'm happy to see that they're better.
But you didn't come here for that, did you?
No, I came to ask for your help. The doctor who captured and tortured you is about to be tried for his crimes. He has a lot of support among his people. He is a respected man despite what he did. If we don't have testimony from some of his victims, he will surely be released.
You'll have our words. We'll go to the Grand City and tell our story.
And the Mad Lion will die for causing so much harm to our people.
May the earth engulf him. You can return to Hikmet. I'll make sure they get there in good health.
Thank you, Tiana Hack, and thank you all. I blame myself for forcing these poor people back to the city where they've suffered so much.
My people are strong and proud. They will not be afraid to speak in front of your judges for justice.
Pues ya estaría, ¿no? No. Por cierto, estuve buscando información, lo del tema de los anillos, por fin me acordé de buscarlo. Por lo visto no existe ningún anillo de calidad mejor de lo que tenemos ya, ¿vale? En teoría el anillo que te ponen que es mejor es el de la Madre Cardenal, que creo que lo conseguí, no me acuerdo dónde. O te decía que tenías que conseguirlo haciendo algo malo. No me acuerdo muy bien. Espérate. Es que no sé si lo llevo yo. Comunión. El de Furia Divina leí que era bueno. Y el otro era... No, era un anillo que no he conseguido yo. El anillo... Ah, creo que tenías que dejar que Hitme... O sea, que Teleme cayera ante el golpe de estado. Vale, vamos a ver entonces. ¿Pero puedo progresar en la misión o no? Porque las pruebas ya las pillé, tío. Me voy a visitar a la fiscal, ¿vale?
You have returned, Your Excellency.
A Nort victim of Dr. Asili agreed to testify at the trial.
Excellent. This kind of testimony will certainly rattle his defense.
The islanders will testify at the trial. Their injuries will surely convince the judges.
Indeed. But do bear in mind that the islanders are not highly regarded in Hikmet.
I managed to convince the scientists in the governor's laboratory to speak in our favor.
Excellent. These are not direct witnesses, but if they denounce the doctor, we are sure to be heard.
I even got a testimony from one of Dr. Asili's colleagues.
Perfect. That will convince our scientists, and you know how important they are in Hikmet.
Afra, one of Dr. Asili's former students, has agreed to testify.
Excellent. This woman is very respected by the governor. Her statement will carry a lot of weight.
I'm going to continue.
Me pinta mal esto, ¿eh? Me pinta que voy a tener que cargar la partida anterior, hacer la misión otra vez y no pillar las pruebas. Pero si no, ya me diréis.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy.
No sé, ¿eh? Dudo mucho, ¿eh? Por Dios. Gatos, ¿qué os pasa, por Dios? No me gusta. Hay algo por aquí que puedo... No sé, ¿eh? Me marca arriba. Sí o sí. Oye, poquito a poco, oye, que a lo mejor me deja algo. Vale. coño. Trabuco de Asili. Qué bien. Entonces sí lo he conseguido que el joven gobernador del nuevo Serín y su prima se tomen la poción que me envió. Bueno, tiene mucho cuidado tal como ordenó, nadie más la ha tocado. Tengo que decir que su petición me ha parecido algo inusual y peligroso. Somos aliados de la congregación y tengo que no se tomarían bien en nuestra implicación o envenenamiento. Espero que en el futuro lleve a cabo este tipo de misiones usted mismo para arriesgar las vidas.
I can't believe it. Constantine's malachor was caused by Asili.
Vaya.
The potion we were made to drink when we landed on the island was contaminated. How dare he do such a thing? And why?
Vaya, interesante. Voy a poner. Qué bien. Pues nada, pues... Perdón, otra vez. He dado una vuelta tonta, pero bueno. Ahora sí que me entran ganas de matarlo, pero bueno. Vamos a suponer que lo he hecho bien, yo qué sé. Que esto es lo que interesa, en verdad. Con todas las pruebas, habiendo reunido todas las pruebas, que a ver, no me dejan avanzar si no reúno todo. Así que... Pero a lo mejor puedo no convencer a los eruditos, ¿vale? O puedo no convencer a Afra, si no es amiga mía, ¿sabéis? Así que, bueno. Y tiene pinta de que aquí solo vale si consigues el máximo, si no... O sea, si lo consigues todo.
You have returned your...
I picked up a strange powder in the laboratory. A substance that I've not been able to identify.
You should show it to an alchemist. We need to know what it is to be able to use it.
I have found a letter proving that Dr. Asili voluntarily transmitted the malachor to my cousin, Constantine d'Orsay. I would like to add that I too was a victim of this poisoning.
Did the accused try to take the life of the governor of New Serene? This is an extremely serious crime.
Indeed. He saw my cousin and me as the ideal control group to prove his theories. And no humanitarian or diplomatic consideration could put a stop to his ambition.
This letter alone is crucial proof. I will put it on our file.
I'm going to continue my investigation. I believe our investigation is coming to an end. Let's find the prosecutor.
Bueno, vamos a analizar el polvo. ¿Qué digo yo? Una cosa que yo siempre me pregunto. ¿Por qué la gente guarda cartas acusatorias en sus cofres y demás? Porque ese tipo de cartas, tú la lees, dices, venga, vale. Y luego la tiras, que te buscas un problema, tío.
Your Excellency.
Where do you...
But others are all...
Esto es mercadero, esto no es...
Thanks for your visit.
Ese es, ¿no? ¿No?
Come closer. Come closer.
Ya que estamos, ¿no?
At the fiery flasks, you'll... Greetings.
I imagine that for an...
Indeed. That being said, we will probably... So, in the meantime...
No puedo... What? ¿Qué cuesta? Cada bala cuesta 50. Ah, no, vale. Ah, muy bien. ¿Cuánto es? Uno son 5. Vale, vale, vale. Digo, vamos.
I was honored by your visit. Greetings.
Entonces no puedo, ¿no?
I was honored by your visit. Please, come back whenever you want.
Haz que analice, pero ¿dónde? Ah, el mismo, vale. Yo que sé, este es un alquimista, ¿no? No sé.
You're back. What do you...
I discovered this strange powder in one of the laboratory's chests. Do you know what it is?
I did see the doctor using it once or twice, but I don't know what it is. But I can study it for you if you want. I have the tools that will allow me to do so here.
So, what is it?
It is a quintessence of black blood. Probably created using the blood of numerous patients. The doctor managed to harness the very concept of the malachor in this powder. A single pinch ingested by someone would be enough for them to be afflicted by the disease. With the quantities that you brought me, hundreds of people could be contaminated. It's terrifying. I cannot believe Asili would do such a thing. Here. These are my notes. I wrote down all the details of my experiments, as well as my conclusions.
Thank you. I will relay them to the prosecutor.
Muy bien.
I must leave you.
Ahora sí. Bueno, estamos listos. Pues nada, que digo que entiendo que esta chiquilla, esta chavala, si la hubiéramos liberado, hubiera llegado aquí igualmente, ¿no? A lo mejor se escabulle y yo qué sé, pero si no, no sé muy bien cómo se supone que íbamos a hacerlo, la verdad.
You have returned, Your Excellency.
An alchemist studied the powder that we found in the laboratory. Apparently, it's some kind of concentrate made from the blood of several patients with the malachor. It seems that less than a pinch of this powder is enough to contaminate whoever consumes it. There's enough here to make a small town sick.
A terrifying thought. I will add the analysis and this powder to the evidence on record. You have gathered overwhelming evidence. The defense will have a hard time saving the accused. I think we can go to trial with confidence now.
Will the trial begin soon?
It seems to be the right time. Excellent investigation work. I think we have every chance of winning.
Where will the trial be held?
At the palace. I regret to inform you that you will not be able to attend. However, I'm sure the governor will keep you informed of the outcome of the proceedings.
Madame, congratulations. The trial was exemplary. Asili's madness was exposed to the entire world. And you have demonstrated the horror of his methods.
Thank you, Excellency. But all praise should be showered upon Lady de Sade. The evidence she supplied was irrefutable.
It was necessary that you hear the victims. in order to understand the extremities to which your science has taken you.
Come now. One cannot conclude that science was guilty here.
Not science, but the savants were. It is never right to set aside humanity in the name of the common good. No knowledge justifies killing or torture.
Your words are wise, and I promise to remember them.
You have not always shown yourself a man of impeccable judgment, Excellency.
We are all, from time to time, victim of our own blind enthusiasm, that is true. But this trial has shaken my usual resolve. It may very well change the course of history.
Más 5, chaval. Acompaña a Afra a la ejecución. Vámonos. Que se lo deje a la Inquisición, que seguro que se parten. Seguro que se entretienen un rato. Y todos salimos ganando.
Afra, are you certain that you want to attend this?
I do not want to attend. I must.
Dr. Asili, you have been found guilty of all accusations brought against you. In consequence, the Bridge Alliance Tribunal condemns you to death. Do you have any final words?
You treat me like a monster. But how many times have you stayed your own hands? So close to the goal to finally find a remedy, you would have done as I. What do a few lives mean when the future of all humanity hangs in the balance? You are nothing more than ignorance, incompetence, and you, Baron, are the greatest hypocrite of all. You know that I am right.
Executioner, earn your pay.
You know that I am right.
Y ya está.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
Tell me about your study.
He was not always mad, you know. His unusual methods saved many lives, and he taught me a lot. He was a great teacher. He was strict. It's only when I joined him on the island that I understood that he seemed changed and completely obsessed with the Malachor. He was so shaken by that. Such a waste.
I must leave you.
Pues ya está.
Karans, do you need something?
I must.
Pues nada. Vale, pues ya estaría. Esto... esto... Entonces nada. Esto lo tengo que hacer, ¿no? Sí, de los campamentos. Esto podemos pararnos un momentito antes de hablar con Constantine, la verdad. Pero bueno, que... lo podemos dejar para el... O sea, obviamente lo vamos a dejar para el próximo vídeo, ¿vale? Esto al final ha sido más largo de lo que yo pensaba, pero bueno, que no pasa nada. Todo está bien. En fin, lo dejamos por aquí. Ay, espera, Dios, qué calor tengo, por Dios. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Un saludo a todos, muchas gracias. Y nos vemos en el próximo.